This is Clubman class, heat number 1. Looks as though Jamie Pender is in pole position for this first heat. On the front row with him. Who's that? Kart number 7 is Stuart Osborne. New Lydd, I think. Into turn 1 with Pietro Pagano pushing through to second place. Rob Moore in his distinctive Lydd, fighting side by side with somebody in an indistinct blue and white combo. He's gone through, gone deep into the second chicane, down at the hairpin. He has moved through to 4th place. And Pietro Pagano, I got the feeling this kind of circuit might suit him, you know. Oh, bit of contact as Jamie Pender closes the door on Pietro Pagano. Osborne in 3rd. Pender's gone deep into the second half of the horseshoe. And that'll be a chance for Pietro down at the last corner. Not quite there. Pender gives himself some room, and they're side by side off the corner to end lap 1. And Pietro goes through into the first chicane. And it's Osborne. Osborne in 3rd. Rob Moore. Hopefully the stream will stay together. So Osborne takes a look down the inside of Pender. Perhaps Pender's struggling here in this early going in this first heat. These are, I think these are 8 minutes each, these heats, with a 12-minute final. And it's Pagano pulling clear of Pender, Osborne. Rob Moore looking to the inside of Thomas Glyde. Can he get it done? I think he's just done it. Yes, he has. Harrison Darville in behind Glyde. Looking for a way by, maybe. Chris Dixon's in there, had a good run at Clay Pigeon. How you done? On to the back straights. And Pagano is pulling clear. And the fight is on over 3rd place. So down at the bottom, Pender's now looking a little bit more secure, well, at least for a little bit, as Rob Moore now is chasing in and closing in into the horseshoe. Stu Osborne in 4th place. Thomas Glyde in blue. Harrison Darville in 6th place. 18 is Simon Lloyd stepping up, I think. Stepping up? No, stepping back in. I think he's missed a couple of rounds. Or am I? I'm not sure. Simon Lloyd, Chris Dixon, Harry Neal, Frankie Hedges is your top 10. And this looks rather ominous. The lead that Pietro Pagano has pulled out is 2 seconds at the end of lap 4. Fair to say, I think Pender hasn't got the fastest kart here. Not that I'm criticising the machinery, of course. It's all wonderfully done. But I think he's going to lose a spot here to Rob Moore. It's not locking top end, that's for sure. And look out for Stuart Osborne, perhaps trying to grab some positions back, having started on grid 2. Looks to the inside, can't pull it off at the hairpin. Now, will he get a chance into the horseshoe? He's inside, easing Jamie out of the way. But Pagano is already out and onto the back straight. I think he's got this one in the bag. Moore can try, but I don't think he's going to be quick enough to run down Pietro Pagano. He's tried to break clear of Jamie Pender. Osborne, Darville, Glyde. Gap now to Simon Lloyd under pressure from Chris Dixon and Harry Neal. running down in 9th. Frankie Hedges in 10th still. So fairly settled behind. Darrell Lowe takes a look over his shoulder at Peter Harris outside of the top 10. The battle seems to be on here as Darville picks off Stuart Osborne into the horseshoe, and Simon Lloyd has picked off Tom Glyde. And we're not seeing too much at the moment from Harry Neal, who won the last round and is looking like the championship favourite, but having a quiet start to the day at Lydd here in the sprints. In Clubman class, as Pagano is already out of the hairpin. Moore now looking comfortable in 2nd place. He might actually be making just a little bit of ground on Pietro Pagano, but he won't catch him before the finish. Meanwhile, Harrison Darville is now moved up and onto the bumper of Jamie Pender. And we are 1 minute, just under 2 minutes from the finish. We might get the last lap board next time by. The battle is on for 3rd place still as Pender is forced to go narrow to hold off Harrison Darville. He'll lose a little bit of ground on the exit, and that has put Harrison in position to strike, possibly down at the end of the back straight, but we've already seen that Jamie Pender is not lacking top end here as he exits onto the back straight. Darville closing, but not pulling out to pass. Over start finish. Darville goes through into the first chicane. So it looks as though, well, it's a tricky one to try and decide where Jamie's struggling, because it's not top end and it's hardly a big break into the last corner, so you could hardly call it bottom end. But he's lost another spot, and now it's Harrison Darville in 3rd place, coming to the end of this first heat. We have 1 more lap to go. Glyde trying to find a way back past Stuart Osborne into the last corner. Can't get it done. The last lap board is out. Where's our race leader? We haven't seen much of him. Well, that's what happens when you dominate. We don't film people just circulating. Pietro Pagano is going to win heat number 1. Rob Moore, he'll be a comfortable 2nd. 3rd place will be Harrison Darville. Jamie Pender, I'm pretty sure, is going to hang on now for 4th place. Tom Glyde takes a look, but it's not a serious look. And that will be it for heat number 1 in the Clubman class.